What is up, YouTube? It's your boy, TheWalk71, replaced A with a 4, and I am here with my WWE Backlash 2017 review for you guys. And man, the show was interesting. I mean, it was 100 times better for me because I was actually in the audience. You know, I was at the pay-per-view. So anything that happens or transpires, the experience alone is better than watching it at home. So that just brings it all the way up. But yeah, the show was interesting. It had a lot of like interesting moments for me to watch as a fan. So that was pretty cool. Let's see. I was actually on TV. I was 3 rows behind the commentators table, and then if you go down to the right more, I was doing the delete thing, and then some dickhead decided to put his sign up right in front of me, so I couldn't be seen on TV. So shout out to that guy. Another funny thing that happened when they announced the commentators. They announced the commentators to come out. JBL's music hit, and we got nothing but boos and fire, Bradshaw, and all those things about JBL. And yeah, another interesting thing before I get into the show, James Ellsworth has legit heat. So, like I said, I sit 3 rows behind the commentators table. So if I turn around, I can actually see where they're doing the pre-show on the WWE Network. And interesting. It was weird seeing it from like that angle. But James Ellsworth came out. He was talking, and he was just getting showered with boos and boos and boos and boos every time. Like, he got booed twice, like Roman level boos. And then he actually walked past me because he had to go to the backstage area, whatever, the stage. I don't know where James Ellsworth had to go. But he actually walked past me, and I saw him, and he looks exactly how I imagined him to look in real life. Like, he wasn't bigger. He was just James Ellsworth. He was just James Ellsworth, to be honest. All right. But anyways, let's get into the actual show. So we had the pre-show kickoff match. We had Ty Dillinger take on Aiden English in a very interesting match because I thought it was not going to be like a quick match because the pre-show matches started around 6:40 something. I'm guessing it was like a 10-minute match because by the time it was over, it was like 6:52, 53 or something like that. Yeah, so the match was back and forth. At one point, I thought, you know, Aiden English was actually going to win with his finisher. He had his finisher on Ty Dillinger, and I thought if Aiden English win, I can understand because then that gives Ty Dillinger a feud to, you know, go along with. Because right now he's just been treading, like he's just been in the middle, I should say, because he's just been having a lot of matches that's just been putting him over, but he hasn't had like a feud to further him. And I felt if Aiden English won, this could be a feud to possibly further him and maybe even further Aiden English. Another funny part, Aiden English is from Chicago, right? He's the only Chicago wrestler left that we could cheer for. And what does he do? He says, "I'm glad I left this town." I'm like, wow. Even when CM Punk was here, he showed Chicago love. This man, Aiden English, just don't care. Yeah. So then Ty Dillinger hit his new variation of the what do you call it? The tiebreaker. So he puts Aiden English on his shoulders and then twists him and then knees him in the face. Instead of just doing where he flips the person on his back and then puts the knee in their back. And I understand why, because that's like an AJ Styles move now. Like, that's AJ Styles' signature in WWE 2K17. AJ Styles does it all the time, so I can understand why. It's just weird how he did it. Anyways, we open up with the debut of the artist known as Shinsuke Nakamura. And man, this match was interesting. I mean, it was more of Dolph Ziggler dominating, but the aurora, you know, around Nakamura was incredible. His entrance, you know, we had all the fans, everybody, including myself, singing his theme song. You know, I was saying "Yow" because I think I was the only person that actually knows why, like, where the "Yow" thing came from. It came from New Japan, and everybody's just singing his theme song. You know all this, and then the match was happening. I mean, Nakamura got his little hits in at the beginning, you know, to show what he has, and then Ziggler dominated a lot. You know, Famous-ers, he had a zigzag on Nakamura one time. I don't know. I'm not sure if he had a super kick on Nakamura. I'm not sure. I think he did. I don't remember. He might have. I really can't everybody does super kicks, so it's kind of hard to pinpoint who did what. Because I think Ty Dillinger did a super kick as well. But yeah, the match was good. And usually I don't give Dolph Ziggler credit enough because Dolph Ziggler's just been one of those wrestlers where WWE has missed so many opportunities for him to be a main eventer or for them to just push him to where nobody cares. But I'll give Dolph Ziggler credit when it's due. So it was a point Dolph Ziggler decided that he wanted to do his own variation of strong style. So he pulls Nakamura by his hair. Nakamura's like on the floor and he just starts kicking and stomping and just degrading Nakamura with his foot. I'm trying to simulate it with my foot. And then Nakamura, that's like a wake-up call for Nakamura to start hitting all his, you know, strong style hits and all this other stuff. And then Nakamura went for the reverse. I don't know what you call it. I guess a reverse. I honestly don't know what to call it. You know, the signature that leads up to the Kinshasa. He hits the Kinshasa. 1, 2, 3. Nakamura has won in his first match on SmackDown Live. I'm happy to say that I can say this, that I was the first person to see Nakamura debut live at Backlash, SmackDown Live pay-per-view event that mattered. Like, forget the dark matches, forget the live events. On pay-per-view, his first pay-per-view match, his first match on TV technically, SmackDown Live. I was there to see it. That's pretty lit. Now I know what people in TakeOver Dallas feel like when they saw the Nakamura and Sami Zayn match. So the next match we end up getting, this is why I have to redo the review because I totally no-sold this match. But it was actually an interesting match. We had Tyler Breeze and Fandango, the Fashion Popo, Breezango, take on the Usos. And man, this match was interesting because it was like, Tyler Breeze, man, he needs like a championship of his own because this is something that one of my favorite YouTubers mentioned. Wiser, he mentioned that Tyler Breeze can pull off 3 characters while Finn Balor can't pull off 2. Like, because this is the interesting part. Tyler Breeze started off as a janitor, and then he went into a grandma, and then he went to Tyler Breeze, and each 3 of the characters wrestled different from each other. He pulled 3 different characters off. Finn Balor has his regular self and then has his demon persona and can't pull, like, make them feel different. It's just the demon thing is just he has on face paint. He's not more aggressive. He doesn't do different moves. He's just Finn Balor with paint on, which is crazy because Tyler Breeze can do that in 1 match and Finn Balor can't even do that in 2 years. Yeah, so the match was interesting. It was very entertaining, you know, to say the least. You had the Usos getting that heel heat, which is great because the Usos right now are on fire. Their promos have been amazing. They need to hold the tag team titles forever until, you know, probably, I think the only people that might beat them might be the New Day, which would be kind of ironic because, like, they were feuding for a long time for the titles and now they're going to feud with them. It should be interesting. Yeah, so the match happened. You know, Fandango actually put in a lot of work. This man hit a tope con hilo, which is like the move Sami Zayn and Finn Balor does to the outside where they flip over the top rope. Man, WWE, man. This is also from the Wise review that they mentioned. It's like Fandango or Johnny Curtis, that man is talented. And I have to agree with you. He can perform, like, great. But they choose not to push, you know, their mid card. They treat their mid card like crap. Like, they only push like 1 person, and we all know that 1 person is. And then, like, the other people that get pushed don't get as well. They get pushed, but the mid card is just like it's there. Like New Japan now has a United States Championship and a Intercontinental Championship, and they treat those titles just as much as they treat the World Heavyweight title. Like, those are treated as World Heavyweight titles. These mid-card titles, their Intercontinental Championship and United States Championship, and WWE is treated like it's a title. It's a title you have. You have a championship, but we're not going to do anything to make it feel important. And that's just how I feel with Fandango. I felt like he could be a big mid-card star. I don't think he'd be main event, but big. I'm pretty sure he could have been like a 4-time Intercontinental Champion, been a United States Champion, putting high-profile matches on. And the same for Tyler Breeze. If you go back to any match with Tyler Breeze, any high profile match with Tyler Breeze in NXT, whether it be at a takeover on NXT TV. You could see the work Tyler Breeze can put in. He had a good match with Jushin Thunder Liger. He had a good match with Apollo Crews in like his first takeover match, and Apollo Crews' first takeover match. Him and Neville put on a good match on regular TV, like not even a takeover event. Him and Hideo Itami had a decent match. Him and Joe had a decent match. Like the Fatal 4-Way match at Takeover Fatal 4-Way was good. His match with Sami Zayn was good. Tyler Breeze knows how to put good matches. Just WWE just can't book them right, which is crazy. But I think they're starting to, because now Breezango is starting to got over. They actually got a loud pop, you know, after the match. They got clapped for after the match. The Usos end up winning with like a super kick. They super kicked, I think it was Fandango. He was on the top rope. I think he was going for that leg drop he does. And then one of the Usos hit him with a super kick. 1, 2, 3. The Usos retain the titles. It was an interesting match. It was a very entertaining. You know, that's the more entertainment aspect of sports entertainment. But it was good. Now I need the Usos to, like, you know, stay away from Breezango. I need Breezango to develop themselves, you know. But I see WWE. I can see WWE putting more time into Breezango and pushing them more to a, you know, kind of a more higher tag team thing, because the tag team division is in need of like good tag teams, or like tag teams with characters, because they have American Alpha, great tag team. They're just missing something. I don't know what it is, but they're missing it. But yeah, so the next match we ended up getting was Sami Zayn versus Baron Corbin. And honestly, this match was alright. You know, it was alright. It was cool to see Sami Zayn and Baron Corbin come to the ring. I like that Baron Corbin worked on Sami Zayn's back the whole entire time. Like, it almost became a disadvantage for Sami Zayn, which is always cool to see. And then you have Sami Zayn trying to fight back, you know, trying to be that underdog that he is. But the thing that pissed me off was that Sami Zayn won the match. Now, when I did predictions with one of my homies at ZachAttack2995, go check his YouTube channel out. We did, Backlash predictions, and we both predicted that Baron Corbin was gonna win the match, and then he lost, and that was just dumb, because according to what I'm reading about some of the stuff, Baron Corbin and Braun Strowman are looking to be pushed as two monster heels on each brand. Braun Strowman on Raw, but he's injured, and then Baron Corbin on SmackDown. And then, like, he lost the match. Like, I felt like Sami Zayn's status in WWE as of now is to be a high tier jobber. Like he's a jobber that can perform good matches, but his main purpose is to lose and put other people over at the moment. Because I don't think WWE knows what they want to do with Sami Zayn. Do they want to put him in the main event? Do they want to put him in the mid card? What do they want to do with Sami Zayn? Because honestly, he's a talented guy. He can perform a good match, but it's just, I feel right as of right now, there's nothing WWE wants to do with him. I don't see them doing anything with him at the moment. You know, just the different stuff they've like done with him on the main roster so far has not like been well. You know, he had that incredible match with Kevin Owens at Battleground, and then after that match, they didn't do anything with him. They pushed Kevin Owens to the main event. He was the Universal Champion, but they haven't done anything with Sami Zayn. If anything, he just lost more matches, and he won this match. And I think they're trying to make us care for him, but I'm pretty sure Sami Zayn's status won't change like a week from now. So, yeah, I don't know, but Sami Zayn won, Baron Corbin lost. That doesn't make any sense. So the next match we ended up getting, we got the 6-woman tag match. We had James Ellsworth come out getting booed again, and he started comparing himself to Michael Jordan, you know, comparing himself to the greats, you know, pandering to Chicago while trying to get, you know, boos and stuff. And then he introduced Carmella. Carmella came out, Tamina came out, then Natalya came out, who got somewhat of a pop from the crowd and then got booed again because she's the heel. Then we had Becky Lynch come out, right? Becky Lynch came out, you know, looking like a character off of Horizon Zero Dawn. She had the, I don't know if the chick in Horizon Zero Dawn has the mohawk, but Becky Lynch looks like her. But Becky Lynch had a mohawk, a woman's mohawk, right? And then Charlotte came out. Charlotte Flair came out, and she got a good pop too, which is crazy because like I don't know, like maybe weeks ago she was like a heel, and now she's a face out of nowhere, and she got nothing but woo chants, all this, and then Naomi came out, and I popped hard for Naomi because I like Naomi as a wrestler. Her entrance is amazing, and like I've been a fan of Naomi for a long time. I can go all the way back to when she was on NXT with AJ Lee, Caitlyn, and all the other people that were on it. Oksana, that NXT. I think it was season 2 or 3. I think it might have been, no, it was season 3. Season 3, I believe. And Naomi was on there. She was like the only black girl on there, so I had to support her last time I remember. And I supported her, and then I actually like liked that how she was presented on TV, how she was, and all this. I was like, okay, yeah. I thought like after this, none of them were even signed to WWE, but like almost all of them were signed to FCW. And then we saw what happened with AJ Lee. She became one of the greatest women's wrestlers of our generation. Caitlyn was decent, but now Naomi's having her time. And then when she was with the Funkadactyls, she was good with Brodus Clay. Then when she was when she went solo, you know, she had promise, and now she's actually getting her chance to be pushed as a champion. And I popped hard for her entrance, and I was happy for Naomi. I'm happy for Naomi now. But the match as a whole, you know, it was a very standard 6-woman tag match. You had the faces get, you know, some moves in, then had the heels dominate a lot. I was also glad to see Naomi do her little rapid fire kicks. Her rapid fire kicks on like in real life. It was interesting to see. But the match surprised me towards the end because Natalya put Becky Lynch in a sharpshooter and she tapped out. I don't know, man. I was really surprised because I didn't expect somebody to actually tap out to Natalya's sharpshooter on site. It was interesting because I haven't seen. It's been a while since I've seen somebody actually tap out to her like move, which is crazy. The next match. I mean, the match was standard. You know, the welcoming committee won. Terrible name. It should be called like I don't know. I don't know what they should be called, honestly. Sorry, I just woke up because I was trying to do the review last night and it didn't work. Oh, here we go. We got the next match. Got AJ Styles taking on Kevin Owens for the United States Championship. AJ Styles is over. Over forever. And I was one of the people that was smart. I have the AJ Styles t-shirt, the new one, the black and red one, the you know, the hard to follow t-shirt or whatever. But I like the blue t-shirt better, kind of. But I like this t-shirt too. The match was actually, you know, it was good. I feel like there's a couple things. I feel like this is not what they can really pull out because the match, you know, Kevin Owens, you know, did most of his headlocks. Sami Zayn, I mean, not Sami Zayn, oh my God. AJ Styles did a couple of, you know, flashy moves. Like, he did, this is like crazy. He did a suplex on the ring apron, and it hurt me because it sounded so harsh. You know, AJ Styles did his little standard kick punches and all that, the slide forearm, and then the story behind this match was that is AJ Styles' leg even good enough to compete because that week before on SmackDown, Kevin Owens took out what was it, AJ Styles' leg with the championship, and then AJ Styles lost that match because of it. He lost that match because of it. So the whole story was, is his leg gonna work? Then Kevin Owens went on his leg, went on his leg. You know, basically tried to destroy his leg the whole time. He put him in a one leg Boston Crab, then a ankle lock. You know, ankle lock. I don't know how the ankle lock was gonna mess his knee up, but okay, that makes sense. Then the ending, you know, we had AJ Styles actually hit a phenomenal forearm to the outside, I believe. Yeah. And then they start going at it. Then we start chanting, we want tables and all that, but it is whatever. So then Kevin Owens did something to AJ Styles. And I think AJ Styles was about to go for a phenomenal forearm on the table. It was a couple times AJ Styles was going to go for a phenomenal forearm. I mean, not a phenomenal forearm, a Styles Clash. There we go. He went for the Styles Clash. He set up for it on the apron. And everybody just like was about to lose their minds because we thought, is he really going to do it? And then Kevin Owens got out of it. Then then the match ended with Kevin Owens being a heel, which is, I'm fine with this ending. I predicted that AJ Styles was gonna win, but I feel like it's too early for him to win a championship. I feel like they gotta get deeper in the story for him to do that. So what happened was, it was a count out. Kevin Owens got AJ Styles' legs stuck in the wires of the announce table, went back in the ring, and Kevin Owens wins by count out, which is fine. I mean, I feel like that's how a lot of heels should win matches. You know, that's the point of a heel. You got to be creative, find creative ways to win the match so that you can get heat, you know, get booed. And I'm fine with the ending. I didn't predict it was gonna be this finish, but my friend Zach did. He predicted like something like this was gonna happen. So, which totally makes sense now that I think about it. And this will probably, you know, furthermore the rivalry. After the match, Kevin Owens super kicked AJ Styles while he was down, and then AJ Styles was being held to the back. I don't know if that was shown on TV. Like, his leg was like legit hurt. So that's the story behind that match. The match was interesting. I feel like they could have done more, but if they're gonna have like their big match, that's whenever they decide to have like their finale match or whatever, they have to pull out all the stops and do every move, because I feel like they could have done more. Like, Kevin Owens, you know, did his standard moves, that's like twisting suplex off of the top rope. AJ Styles did a sunset flip off the top rope, but that was like mostly it. Like, I can't think of anything else. Yeah, I can't really think of nothing else. The match was alright. I mean, it could have been better, but hey, I mean, I don't know, because this is exactly how the AJ Styles and Cena match went at Money in the Bank. It was like, yeah, it happened, but we need more. And then we got the match at SummerSlam, and that match was like mind-boggling. Maybe they'll go to SummerSlam, but that match was just mind-boggling, wasn't it? The next match we ended up getting was like treated like a Divas match, a cool down match, but we had Eric Rowan versus Luke Harper, and man, this match could have been 100 times better if they were faster. Like, I know Luke Harper can perform like faster matches, because you can see what Luke Harper does. He could do suicide dives. He can do like, it's like a move Austin Aries does where he's on the ropes and he flips over the ropes onto his opponent. Luke Harper can perform good matches. I really wish WWE would take Luke Harper serious and actually kind of, you know, give him more serious matches. Like, his whole feud, his whole championship pursuits thing that happened with him, AJ Styles, you know, trying to get to the main event, and then all that, I thought Luke Harper was actually, you know, doing good. And then this match happened. You know, Eric Rowan is also somebody that can be pushed. I feel like Eric Rowan needs to be in the Wyatt family. Luke Harper can break out and be a good wrestler, because Luke Harper is a good wrestler. He can do everything. He can do super kicks. This man can do jumping neck breakers. This man can do power bombs. He can do all this. The discus clothesline, all of this. But I just need them to actually do something. And then also the match is pretty slow too. So just like when you think the match is over, it's really not. Eric Rowan is somebody you can push as like a big monster guy that you don't want to mess with, but I don't know what they want to do with him. I guess the story behind this was like Eric Rowan had his mask. His mask is like his source of power. So like 2 times, right? He looked at his mask. He looked at his mask one time on the stairs, got super kicked, looked at his mask again, got super kicked again, looked at his mask again, got the discus clothesline for the 3 count, 1, 2, 3. Match is over. Luke Harper won. Yeah, it happened. It was a match that happened. I mean, I feel like Luke Harper should stay as far away from anything Wyatt family and just go to do his own thing, because he can perform well. Like, he can do good. He had a good ladder match with Dolph Ziggler, so like he can do well. Then we got to the greatest moment in pro wrestling history. No, JK. We got to the main event. We got Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. Now, this is where my voice starts to die, because I died when this match happened. Like, I actually had my live reaction to when Jinder Mahal hit his finisher and won the championship. But the match, you know, Jinder Mahal came out with the Bollywood Boys, Randy Orton came out with the championship, and before the ring bell even started, Randy Orton turned heel on the heel. He decided to beat up. My God, my voice is destroyed because of this match. He decided to beat up Jinder Mahal, he destroyed Jinder Mahal before the match. The match happened, destroyed Mahal some more. Then Jinder Mahal started to get his footing, and he started to fight. But most of the match, Randy Orton was dominant. And then Randy Orton was just he just doesn't care. He doesn't care. So Randy Orton decided to mess with the Bollywood Boys, because I believe he hit an RKO on Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal got the Bollywood Boys slid him out of the ring, and then Randy Orton just went ham on him. He literally was just tossing them because they're both cruiserweights. He just tossed them on the announce table. It looked like he killed one of them, because one of them, he flipped him and he kind of landed on his neck, and then Randy Orton just looked at the camera and just had his shoulders up I don't care. So then he picked both of them up and then hit the double middle rope DDT. Boom, he hits it, and then Jinder Mahal goes for his finisher for the 1, 2, 3. Number 1 contender Hardbody Mahal is now WWE champion. Hardbody Mahal, the Maharaja, is now the WWE champion. And honestly, I'm happy for Jinder. I'm happy that he's champion. I feel like it's good WWE is, trying to push people instead of one person. I believe that's the best part about this brand split, is that people get opportunities that you never in a million years would think would get that certain opportunity. You cannot honestly tell me that, I guess 3 years ago, 2014, 2015, around that time, that Jinder Mahal would be WWE champion from 3MB. And right now, Drew McIntyre is having a time of his life in NXT. And Heath Slater was a former tag champion earlier this year, the first SmackDown tag champion. But you can't honestly tell me that Jinder Mahal was going to be a WWE champion. And then they decided to finally push this man and make him a star. And they did that. Now, the only complaint I kind of have is just it's kind of the Roman effect, where they completely skipped the mid-card, just had him push. This feud alone, if it happened with the United States Championship, then it would be just the same. But now that he's WWE champion, we just have to see what happens. I think they're going to set him up in Rusev, because, they were feuding before. I don't know who's going to be the face. Hopefully not Rusev, because I love Rusev as a heel. Rusev is just one of those heels you just have to boo, because he's just a big Bulgarian guy that doesn't care about America. He doesn't care about anything related to the people. It's just interesting. But yeah, I'm happy Jinder Mahal is getting a push. I'm happy that WWE is pushing somebody other than Roman. And how can anybody complain about that? To all the people that, hate Roman Reigns, they are not fans of Roman. All this hate Roman Reigns BS that everybody talks about. Now WWE is getting WWE is starting to push other people, and now people are starting to complain. Like, it was in this Discord, this one dude was complaining he'd rather have Super Cena than Nakamura. He'd rather have Super Cena than Jinder Mahal as WWE champion. I'm like, how are you mad? They're pushing somebody other than Roman. Like, come on now. Like, they're doing something with somebody else for once. And now Jinder Mahal is the WWE champion. This should be interesting to see what happens. WWE Backlash was a jolly good show. It was interesting. It was definitely worth going back and watching. Now, I don't know if it's better than TakeOver Chicago, because that show was amazing. From the UK Championship match alone, that show was amazing. And yeah, that was WWE Backlash. My review, my thoughts on it. I have a vlog coming out with me going to both TakeOver Chicago and Backlash. I'm gonna put the videos together soon, see what I can put together, what can't I put together, and yeah. So you guys know what to do. Like, comment, favorite, subscribe. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, and right after you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to get a notification every time I upload. Follow me on all of my social medias down in the link below. What else I have to say? Thanks for watching. I'm out of here. Peace.